right, everybody. Welcome back to another week of Come Get Some, the podcast with the mostest. It doesn't rhyme, but it gives a shit. Anyway, we're back with another week here of tintillating news. Scintillating and titillating is the combo there, scintillating. We are coming to you with our Elimination Chamber preview and all the other happenings that have happened this week in wrestling. We're also live streaming on Periscope as we speak, so welcome to the Periscope world. Hopefully there's nobody from Russia writing us and giving us their Trump comments, which is usually what happens. Has nothing to do with the world of wrestling, but we'll manage, I think. What do you think?
I think so.
Well, we're going to start off with a couple of things news-wise. Two new inductees since we've last spoken. Two. Ivory in the women's division, and Jeff Jarrett have been, it seems, included into the WWE Hall of Fame for this year, going alongside Goldberg, the Dudley Boys, rumored to be Kid Rock in the celebrity wing.
Rumored to be a celebrity.
Yeah, it's debatable, I guess, right? What do you think of Jeff Jarrett going into the Hall of Fame?
I definitely remember him. I don't remember anything beyond what he did in WWE or F or whatever it was when he was in. But I did look, I was watching his stuff online because he's trending right now. And they keep showing that clip of him whacking Gary Coleman. Is it Gary
Coleman or Beetlejuice?
I heard it was Gary Coleman.
There is one where he whacks Beetlejuice, which is the guy from the Howard Stern show. Is it in a hallway?
No, he's in the ring.
No, then it might be Gary Coleman.
I mean, he looks like he got destroyed, though. I mean, it doesn't even look like, even with a balsa wood guitar.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Jeff Jarrett is he was obviously, I remember him back in the day. I used to watch all the World Class Championship Wrestlings and all that kind of stuff. And I do remember him, and when he came to WWE, his whole gimmick was that he was a country singer, superstar.
Yeah.
J.A. That's J-E-F-F-J-A-R-R-E double T. That's double J. Jeff Jarrett. And he had a successful run. He was Intercontinental Champion. He was one of the top heels. And I think that that was pretty much his only. He didn't really go above that. He didn't really fight for the main title.
He was like
much.
A poor man's honky tonk.
But essentially, he ended up creating the Road Dogg character in a way. He sang a song called "Be My Baby Tonight" or something like that, and it ended up being the Road Dogg singing behind him or whatever the case. But and then he transitioned. He cut his hair. And he had this like no nonsense character. He was with Deborah McMichael, who ended up being Stone Cold's wife. And then he left for WCW, where he developed the slap nuts phrase and gimmick, which really was no gimmick. I mean, one thing about Jeff Jarrett is I think the best gimmick he had was the double J thing going on with the spelling of the name and the strut that he does. And
I remember.
Love that stuff. But other than that, I think he was just kind of like the run of the mill, good wrestler, nothing extravagant. But at the same time, good wrestler. He also was the founder of TNA and kept that thing going for forever until he's had some issues more recently with substance abuses. No doubt the biggest match of his career was beating Kurt Angle to out for his wife. He's married to Kurt Angle's ex-wife, Karen Angle.
Is he related to Jordan now?
Jordan Jarrett.
Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan.
Yeah, he's his illegitimate step-uncle, cousin, father-in-law.
Yeah. Well, didn't he steal the strut one? Didn't Brutus the Barber Beefcake have that strut? Or a strut?
His strut was a little bit different. I think
off.
I think it's more like Ric Flair's strut, because Ric Flair, woo!
Yeah.
But either way, Jeff Jarrett had his own thing, but definitely...
I walk out of salons that way all the time.
After you get your nice haircut.
Yeah.
So no doubt, Jeff Jarrett, a worthy recipient. Congratulations to him and Ivory. Another one, she was always annoying to me, but nonetheless a good wrestler in the ring. So kudos to them for making the Hall of Fame.
The Ivory trade is not good, though.
Yep. A couple of things we just wanted to kind of throw out there that we've been reading, but not sure if it'll ever come to fruition. Or a few things. Rumors for 2018 that we've been seeing, that have been circulating on the internet, that Brock Lesnar moves away from the title picture. The intranet, the dirt sheets. I totally believe that Lesnar will move away from the title picture. He's had the title for so long, and I think that not that it devalues the title, it almost makes it it makes it valuable, makes the title more valuable. I can't even speak. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. Either way, it's valuable in making it prestigious because he has it, and he hasn't lost it all year, but he's barely defending it. Could be one of the reasons why they're going to go to this pay-per-view format that they're going to soon, where it's no longer going to be separate branded pay-per-views. There's going to be SmackDown and Raw matches on each pay-per-view now. Probably because the quality, you're getting a main event, and then the first match of the night is Mojo Rawley against Zack Ryder, and you're like, what the hell? Right. So,
Mojo.
But Brock Lesnar definitely seems to be on a collision course with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, where he'll lose the title and then most likely go on to feud. Well, sort of
UFC.
He'll be feuding with Bobby Lashley, who will be returning right after WrestleMania. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the night after. So Daniel Bryan will be fired as GM and leave the company. And that's a no-brainer as well. You're fired. You gotta get fired. Yeah, no doubt. If he was going to be, I'd give you Kane. No doubt, if he is not able to wrestle by the time WrestleMania comes around, which it doesn't seem likely that he is, he will be leaving for greener pastures and somewhere he can wrestle. So, disappearance of part-timers. Well, who knows? I mean, if
as
people,
in death, as in they never come back.
As in people who work for the company part-time.
The cartels.
Either way, what will be happening, though, is it seems like it doesn't matter. I mean, if Ronda Rousey says, I want to wrestle, she's going to come in and wrestle. It seems like she's going to be more full-time than part-time, so we'll see. But, I mean, how many part-timers are really there anyway right now? Cena I wouldn't even consider a part-timer. He does movies and stuff, but he's always kind of there throughout. He's probably there more of the year than he's not. Lesnar is the only one I can really think of. Rousey... she really hasn't done anything yet. So,
is the Taker coming back?
He's another one. I wouldn't even call him a part timer. How part time is one match a year?
Old timer.
How much? Son of a. So we'll see about that influx of NXT talent. Well, of course, where else are you going to get your talent from? They're getting guys from all over the country and signing guys like Ricochet, EC3. So AJ Styles. What?
I was just going to say they should just switch the brands. Make NXT as WWE.
I wish.
Vice versa.
I wish they'd have a much better product. I'll tell you that much. AJ Styles moving to Raw. Yeah, that seems like a natural fit. Most likely losing the title to Nakamura at WrestleMania. Maybe a fresh start on Raw to get some new opponents. A little Seth Rollins action. A little more Finn Balor. Get him back against Reigns. So we'll see what happens with those guys.
I feel like there should be a new Nakamura. Like that should be one of his shticks. He should be like knock knock. Nakamura, and then just kicks
Who's there? Nakamura. Jeez. Triple H seems to be taking over more of WWE as we speak.
In the area.
He's already got Boston Market. Triple H has already taken over 205 Live and runs. He also runs NXT. So it seems like he's developing a team to put together to take over once Vince takes care of his XFL duties, and is that
happening? Is that real now?
Oh yeah, XFL is launching in not this year, next year, I believe, or 2 years from now, 2020. I don't even remember, but it's definitely coming.
Does he have a shot with it? You think? Yeah.
Probably not. I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because I mean, it's hard right now. Nobody has a team. I guess you're going to get your allegiance by what city somebody lives in, but.
That means we have a shot.
Yeah, I guess so. I just, listen, it's hard to put something together when right off the bat you're going to have B-level people. I mean, and meaning that the most talented guys are going to the NFL. I think the only way it'll succeed is if one day, who knows how long it would take, a prominent free agent or a prominent college player decides to play there instead of playing in the pros. Yeah. Until that happens, though, I don't see how it can be considered legitimate unless they put a good product on the field. If it's good football games, if it's good, that was one of the problems. They weren't playing good football even back in 2001 when they had the original. Yeah, it was. Wow. It was that long ago.
Wow.
So Triple H on collision course with greatness as far as taking over the company full time. Who knows when that will happen? My guess is not till McMahon's dead, but he will assume a lot more responsibility as time goes on. The Ronda Rousey contract signing will happen at Elimination Chamber. We have found that out. Not that exciting, and I have a feeling that after her initial debut, it's going to be lots of boos from now on. I just have that feeling that it's just going to be one of those things. And she'd be a great heel, I think. I think it would be better for her to be a heel, just like Shayna Baszler.
I actually think it would be funny if, behind the scenes, if Ronda Rousey spent more time right now practicing on her penmanship rather than in-ring skills. I got to sign that just right. I got to
sign that contract on Sunday, yeah. And another name change in wrestling. It's not even so much name changes anymore. I guess WWE just has a thing for getting rid of people's last names that they create for these people. Like Elias Sampson is not Elias's real name, but nonetheless they dropped the Elias. They dropped the Sampson.
Sampson.
Cesaro was Antonio Cesaro. They dropped the Antonio. Rusev was Alexander Rusev. They dropped the Alexander, and he's just Rusev. We now have Apollo.
Oh, so he's not even Apollo Creed.
No more Cruz. It is just Apollo.
I said Creed. Because he's been
See, exactly. I think that's probably half the reason why they're just like, you know what, screw the last name. He's just going to be... Apollo sounds so much more Greek and...
Apollo.
I'm Apollo.
I still think he's got a lot of skill, and we've talked that they could really work him in this.
Not only that, but he was in the main event last week, which we'll get to right now because we're going. Good. What a segue, bro! What a segue!
10-4, buddy. What is this? The Dukes of Hazzard all the time?
Yeah.
Roscoe, go trade.
Oh my God.
Boss hog.
Raw started out last week with John Cena coming out and talking his spiel about winning the Elimination Chamber, blah, 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 blah. Out came The Miz. They fight. Loser enters the Elimination Chamber match number 1. Now, here's what I'm thinking in 5 minutes. I'm going, okay, let's say The Miz loses, which we know he's going to. What does that? Does that mean Cena is not going to be number 2? Because there's no difference between number 1 and number 2. You're starting the match out, and now
number 1 has to fight himself for a while.
Well, we'll talk about what happens with the competitors, because now there's 7 competitors instead of 6. So now there's going to be 3 guys starting out instead of 2. So does it really make a difference? That match was pretty stupid, but nonetheless, Cena hits the Super AA on The Miz. What'd you think of the match?
I like the match. I still think we've talked about how Cena gets a lot of crap, but I still think he's a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was actually a really good TV match. I just hate, it's hard to keep momentum in a match going when there's a lot of commercials during it, but nonetheless, a good match. Cena will not enter number 1. The Miz will enter number 1 with 2 other people. So the Revival again beats Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson with some chicanery.
With the Shasta machine.
Shasta machine.
Is that Shatner machine?
Shasta. With William Shatner.
I was going to say the Shatner machine.
Oh my God. The Shasta machine. Revival beats him again. No. They squashed him on the 25th anniversary of Raw, and now they can't get a win against them. Again, Gallows and Anderson, they looked like they were going to be the club again for 3 weeks, and now the club is disbanded. Who the hell knows? What do you think about what's going on with the club?
They should just go all nerd. They should, instead of making fun of nerds, just start dressing
being
like
nerds?
Being nerds. Big, giant nerds. I actually like them. But
I like them too. I feel terrible for what's going on with them because they should be one of the top tag teams.
Yeah,
right now, there's no good. If you think about it, what other babyface tag teams does Raw have? They don't have Cesaro. They don't have Rollins and Ambrose, Rollins and Jordan anymore. Mm-hmm. There's nobody. What tag teams are even on Raw anymore? I mean, there's the champions, and then who else? There's nobody.
And why? I'm going to bring this up. Why no women's tag teams?
I think they're going for that eventually. Maybe because they just don't have that many women. I mean, it would have to be redundant.
I mean, there are tag team matches, but there's no actual
titles.
Tag team.
I don't think they have enough women to do it. They would need a whole roster of women to be able to do that and have its own tag division as well as. Would they have 7 girls on Raw? Yeah. So that would be 3 teams plus 1. It would be kind of hard, but. Nonetheless, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle addresses Jason Jordan's status, which is that he had neck surgery. He will be missing WrestleMania, so that means no Seth Rollins versus Jason Jordan match. They're going to have to rework whatever they were going to do with Seth Rollins. What do you think about this incredible news about Jason Jordan?
Didn't Angle sort of call out the crowd for
yes.
How dare you?
Which was cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of interesting.
And I'm imagining that Kurt Angle's got to wrestle at WrestleMania. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll work him against Rollins into it somehow, or one of the rumors going around is obviously they want The Rock to be Rousey's partner.
Yeah.
But if he falls through, their thoughts are either Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, or possibly somebody else. I forgot who it was, taking his place. Now, who knows? But Jason Jordan, the injuries kind of stinks because they've been building for this for so long.
Yeah.
People hating on him, and they're kind of making him get under your skin week by week, and they're doing a great job of it. And one of the things I like about it is just you don't get a lot of slow builds in wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
And this is one, from the storyline starting to him kind of being overzealous and the whole Seth Rollins angle. So there's so much to it, and it's kind of just got to be scrapped for months now. So sucks for him.
I was thinking, though, what about Kurt Angle? He's got a gold medal, right?
He does.
He should fight another gold medalist like Mary Lou Retton or somebody. Like just, have her flip in or something.
Kurt Angle versus Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's got to wrestle at WrestleMania, I would think. Bayley defeated Sasha. It was a good match.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
You would think after the match, one of these girls is turning heel soon. I keep reading rumors about each one of them, but definitely one of them. Most likely Bayley, but who knows? And I'm thinking it might happen here, but no, Nia Jax comes in and squashes up everybody.
Was it a Bayley to belly or belly to Bayley off the
top rope? Yep.
That was pretty good.
That's how she beat her in Brooklyn the first time, too, so it was pretty cool.
That's how we met.
Bayley
to belly. Bailey's to belly.
The Chewie to rips.
Chewie to rips off the rope.
Which is funny because a belly to belly is really not a move that, but I guess since it kind of fits her name, Bayley to belly.
There should be a little something more, though.
She's just come and bite somebody's face off. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville defeated Alexa Bliss and Mickie James with more chicanery. Really nothing interesting in this one.
Although I do love Absolution.
He is an Absolution man.
Absolutely.
He is absolutely absoluted.
Vodka,
Braun Strowman attacked Elias. Now this was probably the skit of the night. With one of the
best.
Most, I guess, surprising things I've seen so far in a long time. It was almost like when Stone Cold, kind of not stop being such a badass, but kind of put in some comedy. And I don't mean comedy like when he was with Kurt Angle playing guitar. I mean comedy like coming down in a truck full of beer and then squirting with a hose or things like that. This was kind of reminiscent. Elias is in the ring and Braun comes out with a big cello and he breaks the strings playing it and he's singing. It was pretty funny to see that kind of side of his personality. But the cool thing was that right after that, he went to being an ass kicker, went in there and destroyed Elias, even breaking the cello over his back. What did you think of that skit?
That was my favorite thing of maybe the past couple months.
It was good. Since Giza.
And actually the chocolate cake incident.
Yes.
Was funny too, but this was even better.
Yeah, Roman Reigns better watch out because Braun, here's the thing, Braun is gaining momentum and people like him. Now, I like Roman Reigns. I'm just so sick of seeing him booked so strongly. Yeah. Not that he shouldn't be, but I'm sick of the whole year I've already known that it's going to be him versus Lesnar, and it's like we've seen that already. Although there was no definitive outcome because of Seth Rollins interfering. I think there's other guys in there that, man. I would rather see Braun versus Lesnar and let them go for a little bit, man.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. Speaking of Reigns, he defeated Sheamus. Nothing to write home about. A good match.
Yeah.
Just nothing to write home about. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins win the second chance Fatal 5-Way match, both pinning Bray Wyatt. Double Y, double G. But like we were saying before, Apollo Crews, whatever you want to call him, Creed, Cruz, nothing. Had a great showing, and this was his main event for him, and he did really well. He held his own. Hoping something good, Matt Hardy. Obviously, we knew who was going to win this match, but whatever. It was strong Raw. Go home show this week should be decent. We'll see. SmackDown Live started off with supposed to be Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Dolph comes out. Now, I'm still not sure exactly what's going on with the guy. Now, first, his gimmick was, okay, you're going to put him in a thing with Bobby Roode. It's going to be this thing where he bashes everybody's entrance. Okay. Now, he comes out to no music at all, and then stares at everybody for a minute, and then his music hits. And what is going on?
I don't get it. They should shut off again and then come back on again.
So here's what they've done. they've got this incredibly talented guy who's disgruntled. So what do? They, out of nowhere, they get him to win the U.S. Championship. And he wins it, and it's a great match, and he in fact, I saw his only defense at a house show that Monday night. Tuesday, he relinquishes the title in the middle of the ring and disappears, okay? Then he's the 30th guy in the Royal Rumble, with no hoopla, nothing. 30th guy, he doesn't even come close to winning. Okay. They keep him off TV, and then they put him back on TV to say that he wants, whatever. And they put him in this United States Championship match, and or the against Corbin to see who would fight against these guys, AJ Styles, whatever friggin' match they got going. I'm so confused all the time now. It's just ridiculous. But basically, they bring him back. They don't tell you anything as to why he dropped the title, why he left the title in the middle of the ring. No story whatsoever.
He had a bunion.
And now,
that's what it was.
And now he comes out with this stupid entrance that doesn't even make sense anymore. So what happens? So he comes to the ring. He's waiting for Corbin. Corbin gets attacked. Then he gets attacked. So now we're waiting for word. Daniel Bryan and Shane say, okay, these guys are each going to fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If they win, they get inserted into the match. Okay, so the match never starts. Charlotte Flair, she comes out later. She does have a match. She beats Sarah Logan, a.k.a. Mary Dobson, a.k.a. Crazy Fur.
Crazy
Fergie.
Oh, yeah. Crazy Barry. Actually, I like that match.
Yeah,
I thought
it was good. And Charlotte, clearly, right now, they're just trying to get Flair through the Riot Squad. And this week, I'm sure she'll fight Ruby.
Well, actually, I was going to say, I think it's interesting how there was talks of bringing in Crazy Mary as maybe Sister Abigail back, not long ago. And now, of course, it didn't work out, and now she's,
They decided to just paint Bray Wyatt's face up and then never do it.
But she actually has some Bray Wyatt traits, like the hair and some of her outfit is very whitish.
Yep.
So I wonder what the deal is. Maybe they'll switch her character around.
Sister Logan Bale?
Yeah.
So she beats Logan. Baron Corbin finally did come out eventually, and he did beat Kevin Owens, and he advanced to the Fastlane title match, Fatal 5-Way, 6-Way, 7. What the hell it is up now?
He needs to end of days that storyline.
Oh my God. Something. So Corbin's inserted into the main event. Chaos ensues as both Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal attempted to answer Bobby Roode's United States Open Challenge.
Makes it sound like they all walked in and just started. I don't know.
Chaos ensues.
Fire.
So clearly, Orton RKO'd Rude last week. Jinder comes in. They have a big schmooze fest. So clearly, it looks like these guys are all entangled in the U.S. title. What do you think about that?
I actually thought that, maybe it was just me, but I thought that Jinder's mic skills were better.
Mm-hmm. I like Jinder, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I just feel like he was champion for 6 months, and all of a sudden now he's just nowhere again, which I knew would happen, because that's what they do. You're champion, then all of a sudden you're not champion, and you fall off the face of the earth, so whatever. Speaking of champions falling off the face of the earth, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, has Orton ever RKO'd himself? Because that would be pretty hard, but
I guess
interesting.
He could RKO himself.
RKO out of nowhere, that would be the
I'd like to RKO him.
Yeah.
New Day defeated Benjamin and Gable because Benjamin and Gable suck.
They really do.
They have just they're great wrestlers combined, but as a team, it's not hitting.
It's really no different than American Alpha.
It really is. It's exactly what it is, and. But these guys were kind of just thrown together, and if you're going to do something, when they got some great moves, and they, if they should have put the belts on them if they wanted that kind of momentum, but now it just seems like they're losing to everybody every week.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason behind it. We don't know.
They should take our idea. Didn't we come up with that gym? They should be gym owners and trying to.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Globo gyms. One of the things I am excited about on SmackDown is seeing what's going to come of this. Blossoming Bludgeon Brothers Usos feud.
Oh yeah.
Obviously the Bludgeon Brothers are big. They have not been beaten since they've re-debuted and repackaged. Usos are on the biggest roll of their careers for sure.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is going to happen when these two powerhouses collide?
Was it Jimmy or Jay that has the grill now? It's it's coming out of nowhere.
One of them, yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't know which one has it, but I wonder if they're doing it to just discern, so people can discern the other from the other one, just to stand out more, but I don't know.
Either way, I'm excited to see that feud.
Just with the big hammers.
I'm excited to see that feud come to fruition. I would imagine that the Bludgeons will beat them. It's what's for dinner, man.
Yeah, that should be their backstory. I always thought they should be like, butchers or something.
I would like that. That sounds pretty good.
Meat.
It's what's for dinner. And Dolph Zigglesworth ended up beating Sami Zayn, and he got into the match at Fastlane too. So now, what is it, 6 people, 7? I'm not even sure exactly. It was a triple threat. Now it's 5, right?
Yeah.
So 5-way. So the 5-way will be Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and who's the other one?
I don't know.
Wait, AJ. Oh, Corbin. Corbin. So that's your Fastlane pay-per-view. So
these fatal 5-ways would actually be kind of cool if there weren't so many of them. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree. So here's what you've all been waiting for: our picks, you take them to the bank picks for Elimination Chamber 2018. So we really pretty much have 3 matches named. Most guys, there's so many people in these Elimination Chambers. So we're going to give you the 3 matches predictions that we go by. So first of all, Asuka versus Nia Jax. If Nia wins, she's added to the WrestleMania match. What happens in this one? Chew!
Her. I know it's crazy. I'm just gonna say Nia Jax to break the streak.
That's crazy.
I know it's crazy. She's gonna break Asuka's winning streak.
I don't know what the hell.
What is she doing there?
You know what? I don't know. This is a tough one to call because because of what you hear and what's already happening. So what do I mean by that? Well, Asuka's undefeated, obviously. She's been undefeated for years since she's been here in NXT and now on the main roster.
Though.
You beat her at Mind Games. Nia Jax is not, she's lost already 1,000,000 times and has not won the big one yet. However, she's being positioned as a big threat. But from all accounts, you're hearing that she's going to be the one taking on Alexa Bliss, and Asuka's going to be taking on Charlotte. So how do they get this happen? Well, the only way that I can think of is Nia Jax winning by disqualification or some kind of means of winning like that.
Hoopy-doo.
I don't see Asuka losing, especially before her biggest match ever at WrestleMania. So, but I do see Nia Jax fighting Alexa Bliss for the championship. So, I'm going to go with Nia Jax, but not by pinfall, by some kind of shenanigans.
I pick Nia Jax as well.
Yes! Women's Elimination Chamber, the first ever. So Alexa Bliss will put the title on the line against Bayley, Sasha, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Mickie James. Who comes out of the chamber with the title, my friend?
I'm just going to pick Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Bliss.
And I'm going with Alexa, too, because all I hear is Alexa versus Nia.
Yeah.
She will keep the title. I feel that Bayley and Sasha will break up somehow and fight at WrestleMania themselves. And then every other girl will be put in some kind of battle royal that doesn't make a difference at all. And in the most uncompelling Elimination Chamber of all time, we have John Cena, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, The Miz, and Elias. Adding to that would be Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. So you've got 7 of the biggest dogs in wrestling in the ring at one time. However, the outcome was predetermined about a year ago.
Yeah.
So I will ask you this just for shits and giggles. Who do you think is going to win the men's Elimination Chamber match?
Paul Roma. What?
Jim Powers.
Hercules Hernandez.
That's what I was just thinking of.
Billy Jack Haynes.
I just saw an article about Billy Jack Haynes.
Oh, really?
that he witnessed a murder like years and years ago and never said anything about something like that.
Crap.
It's like some unsolved mystery. In fact, that was on Unsolved Mysteries. Something crazy like that, anyway.
All they found was his hat.
Yeah. Who is walking out of the Elimination Chamber with WrestleMania in sight with what's his face on the back end of it, Brock Lesnar?
I know Roman Reigns is probably going to win, but I'm just going to say Elias.
Wow!
Just
look at this
I
guy going bold, and I love Elias too. And if I had my pick, it would be him to win as well.
He's not walking out though; he's crawling out.
But yeah, who wants to crawl with Elias?
I like that.
Roman Reigns is going to win, because it's been set in stone. So
he could do like Tybo.
Yeah.
Who wants to
walk?
Who wants to stretch with Elias?
Who wants to meditate with Elias? Who wants to do transcendental meditation with Elias?
You have quite a career after this.
Who wants to grab a Big Mac with Elias?
Who wants to snack with Elias?
So there you have it, the huge card of 3. So we're going with Asuka to lose to Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Chewie doesn't know how, but I'm thinking some kind of disqualification. There's no way Asuka's getting pinned.
Act of God.
Not a chance. Nia Jax will be in the WrestleMania match, no matter what, because that's going to be her match. So we don't know how they're going to get there. Women's Elimination Chamber, we're both picking Alexa Bliss. And the Men's Elimination Chamber, we're both picking Roman Reigns. There you have it. Side shield delivered.
I thought I picked Elias. Elios Pizza.
You did pick Elias. I'm sorry.
You dirty son of...
Oh, God, this
picked
day is getting to me, I got to say to you.
Elias eating Elios Pizza. What?
Thanks to our one viewer on Periscope this entire time. We want to thank you. Hopefully I didn't blind you with my head.
I forgot we were on Periscope.
Looking like a bloated Stone Cold Steve Austin right now.
I look like a Russian.
Jay Glazer.
Jay Glazer.
Yeah, I'm just a little more bloated than him too. But I am on a diet, so hopefully every week that you see me, it'll be a little less of me.
You'll just get shorter and shorter.
Well, please, I can't afford to get any shorter. I wish I could even out a little bit more. But there you have it, guys. Come Get Some podcast this week, the best show. How you doing? We're out of here. Chewie, do you have any words of wisdom for the people before we get out of here?
I was thinking that the whole Braun skit with the cello was so funny that every week they should just have him with an oversized.
Well, you know it worked so well last week that tonight he's going to come out on a drum set or something,
yeah,
you know,
or two cellos
and kill it,
yeah, you know
and it'll completely kill whatever he did last week, just like Giza.
Yeah,
hopefully Matt will be more broken tonight.
Giant coffee cup, something that doesn't make it.
You're gonna get these hands as soon as I get my hands on some Folgers Christmas.
These hands are jittery. Too much coffee.
You ever see these kind of jazz hands before?
This is the worst Braun impression.
That's all you gotta do. All right, folks. Have a good one. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace.
Pan.